5G will be as much as 100 times faster than the current 4G cellular networks. The FCC is taking very bold action, probably bolder than they've ever taken before. It's a new frontier to make wireless spectrum available. By next year, the United States is on pace to have more 5G spectrum than any other country in the world. That's a big statement because, as you know, some people got ahead of us. We should have been doing this a long time ago, as advanced as it may be. In addition,
that wasn't so bad. It was a slight pinch. Yeah, put your finger here. We're done.
Kibble just got a secret investor. He requested I be microchipped. And he requested I give you guys a quick message. Paradigm. For those of you who don't know, be aware. We all need to fight the good fight to free mankind and give job to robotics. We all need to fight the good fight to free mankind and give job to robotics. We all need to fight the good fight to free mankind and give job to robotics.
Fight the good fight to free mankind and give job to robotics. A world without money, a world without government.
I don't believe in what y'all do. You feel what I'm saying? I don't believe in following people around. I don't Twitter. I don't Instagram. It just came with it. Wait for me. Feel what I'm saying? Not do it again. Okay. I know what your company is about. Okay. I know what they doing to brothers. I know what y'all doing to the rappers. I know you want them beefing. I know you want them arguing. Y'all don't do Leo like that. You don't do Brad like that. Y'all don't do them like that.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. I'm sure you can imagine how difficult of a decision this was for me to decide to speak out publicly, and the support I've received has confirmed to me that I did make the right decision, and of course it was very much needed given the severity of the problem that's sweeping the country right now in terms of gangstalking and boys to skull. So I just want generally our society is being militarized, and generally that militarization is being privatized. And as a result, what you have is many, many corporations in the United States of America and private companies that are getting a lot of money from investors under the table to begin to set up what I describe as a security apparatus around and within the United States of America. And it is in that context that I've heard of the opportunity to work for security industry specialists in Seattle, Washington. They're a private security company that is headquartered in Culver City, California. And through a friend, I heard that SIS was hiring. I heard they were hiring for security specialists. And given my background in education, which is actually anthropology and sociology, most people don't see how those two connect, but by studying human beings, you can really do well within the intelligence industry and within the security industry, because it is all about learning how to deal with and talk to and communicate with, and ultimately, from our perspective, secure human beings. And I became a security specialist for SIS, specializing in executive protection, also risk and threat assessment to our clients. Our clients are and it was in that context that I became aware of what I describe as a social engineering program and a research and development program that was being carried out by SIS and our clients in Seattle, the Amazon Corporation. And it was through moving up within the SIS hierarchy and working with more and more people as I was assigned to more and more assignments, I became aware of the existence of this program, and then little by little over time, I became aware of the potential. And it wasn't long before I realized how horribly out of control it was, how downright evil it was. Once I began to realize that SIS was experimenting on its own employees, my fellow security specialists, I was outraged. I later learned that my company was involved in a larger social engineering program that encompassed the entire city of Seattle. That aspect of the program was experimenting on the homeless population of Seattle, Washington, who were housed in DESC, Downtown Emergency Services Center facilities. And I later learned that they were indeed experimenting with, when I say experimenting, voice-to-skull, hive mind, behavior modification technology that is frequency-based and directed at a targeted individual to basically control their entire person. People, not everybody involved in SIS is directly involved in experimenting on people. They're not all directly involved in gangstalking. I never was. I never partook in that, but I did partake in training that deals with tactics and protocols that are used normally for surveillance and counter-surveillance, but within that is all of the information and the know-how that you need to be able to gangstalk, and that is in fact what they are doing. And so over time I became outraged, and I tried to play my cards right, wait for the right moment, and when I really just couldn't tolerate it anymore, when I found out just how out of control it was, I decided to object to my superiors in person. But within SIS specifically, what happens is they are experimenting on their own employees. So it's a long story, I'll try to get through it quick, but basically people are selected from all over the country. We're talking other cities all over America. They are selected for many different reasons. Often it is because they are isolated, they don't have a lot of money, friends, or family, and they also tend to be people that are highly, highly intelligent. The aspects of this technology that they're interested in improving upon have to do with cognitive processes, processing information, and as a result, they want highly intelligent people to be targets of this program. They also tend to target people who are into what I would call alternative research, commonly called maybe conspiracy theories, people that disagree with the government, people that are into researching things like 9/11. Interested in people that are interested in technology. I have found a high percentage of targeted individuals to be people who either are interested in or have information on highly advanced technologies, usually having to do with directed energy weapons and frequency weapons, the exact kind of weapons that we're talking about here that are used in voice-to-skull and behavior modification, the works. There's many other aspects to the technology. But once these people are selected, they will have the entire gangstalking / voice-to-skull program run against them. This is detailed in my article. But they will be organized stalked. They will have career sabotage programs run against them to ruin their job. They will have character assassinations campaigns run against them in their neighborhood. They'll be isolated from family and friends as those individuals are turned against them. And they will be isolated slowly over time using the technology itself. As many of the people freak out, understandably, when they at first don't know what it is. Oftentimes, they end up going to psychiatrists, and false diagnoses of schizophrenia, manic depression, delusional paranoid are rendered against this individual. And it turns out that that's a loophole in the law that they are using to take away people's constitutional rights, as once you are deemed mentally unfit to care for yourself, i.e. you're depressed, delusional, paranoid, etc., they use that, the state or the federal government uses that as an excuse to come in and say that they have to care for you. So I would warn all targeted individuals out there, please do not go to psychiatrists and allow them to render a diagnosis against you, because that is a dirty trick they're using to take away the rights of people all over the country.